This is Roberto. He's a 30-year-old freelance designer who happens to suffer from atonic seizures. He signed up to be a subject on the SCOPE research platform and has been able to participate in 2 research studies. Recently, Roberto was selected to be a part of a new research study conducted by Dr. Angela Lee. This new study aims to find the cause of atonic seizures. As part of the study, he's been wearing an EEG headset alongside a suite of biofeedback monitors which have been collecting information about him, such as blood pressure, blood sugar, and heart rate. He also wears a body camera that takes video footage of his day. The information collected is streamed back to the lab, where it can be post-processed and analyzed by the research team. With the devices in place, the information is collected in the background as Roberto goes about his day. He drives to the office and makes it just in time for an important meeting, replies to business emails, grabs an extra large coffee, and prepares for his big keynote the next week. He gets back home fairly late and is able to catch a bit of late-night TV while eating dinner. Unfortunately, during this time, he experiences an atonic seizure. Back at the lab, Angela wants to start analyzing Roberto's data, as well as that of the other 49 research subjects in the study. However, EEG data in its raw form includes a lot of unwanted information caused by small things such as blinking that must be removed to proceed with analysis. Angela assigns the task to Mark, asking for him to post-process all of the data. After he goes through all of the data, he saves the newly processed file and notifies Angela that he's finished. Angela receives the notification that he's finished post-processing, and she is excited to be able to start the first round of analysis in order to refine her hypothesis. She goes into the group analysis page because she wants to gain a better understanding of what could be causing the spikes in theta waves that were occurring during her subject's atonic seizures. She selects the function she wants to run and the variable she wants to compare. SCOPE then cycles through all the possible combinations and returns her a list of results showing the correlation between the different sets of variables. She notices that the combination with the greatest correlation is blood pressure and theta waves, and therefore decides to focus on developing further understanding of how blood pressure is playing a role in atonic seizures. Based on these results, Angela and her team determined that the top factors that could be causing these seizures are blood pressure, triggered by lack of sleep or stress. They come to the decision that they want to look at these different potential factors in order to determine the cause that is most prevalent. On the SCOPE platform, she creates a task that prompts the subjects to create a journal entry about their day at 9 o'clock for the next 2 weeks. That evening, at 9 o'clock, Roberto receives a notification from SCOPE. He clicks the notification and is taken to the task that Angela has created for him. He enters that he has a big conference deadline coming up and is rushing with his team to make sure that everything is done on time. He then submits the task and the data is sent back to Angela. The next morning, Roberto has a seizure while getting ready for work. After his biofeedback monitor senses that he is back to normal, he receives another notification from SCOPE where he inputs everything he can remember about the seizure and the events leading up to it. Angela is looking through Roberto's data. In the analysis platform, she drags in his EEG data, as well as blood pressure and a stress report file, and resizes them and sets the views to her liking. She notices that every time that he shows an atonic seizure, the activity in his frontal lobe, as well as his blood pressure, builds up for a period of time. In addition, the days in which he had an atonic seizure match up to the days where he had described his day as busy. She transferred the graph of his atonic seizure to the mind map and hypothesizes that the stress from his busy lifestyle is likely the trigger for his atonic seizure. With her theory in place, Angela decides to call Roberto into the lab for some secondary testing and to get an in-clinic experiment in place where they can conduct experiments with a greater level of control than in field. As the data from all the subjects are collected, Angela and the rest of her team spend their own time analyzing and creating new hypotheses. At the end of their first research phase, they schedule a collaborative meeting in which they can review their findings with one another and discuss the direction of their study. They are able to view each other's mind maps to share their key discoveries, and by double-clicking on a particular one, import back to the analysis panel where they can analyze the data together. They repeat this process of experimentation, analysis, and collaboration for the duration of their experiment. Angela's study is finally over, and they are able to successfully correlate the impact that stress has in triggering atonic seizures. Roberto and the other test subjects are thanked for their participation and sent a report that allows them to understand the data that they collected from him and the results of the study. He is also paid a stipend in exchange for his contribution to the medical sciences and helping others with atonic seizures. He transfers the cash that he received from the experiment to the bank, while Angela celebrates her successful research project with her team. Roberto can't wait to get matched with another researcher once again, and Dr. Lee and her team receive recognition for discovering the cause of atonic seizures. Everyone is happy.